I would like to express much gratitude tonight for God's love and care. Last week, what was considered a major hurricane was headed toward the southeast Atlantic coast. It was a storm that did a lot of damage in Haiti and other islands, and forecasters warned of dire catastrophic effects for the U.S. states in its path. I was watching it closely because we have a rental house on a barrier island just south of Charleston. And that area is known as the Low Country because it sits below or just at sea level, so it can be inundated in bad storms. The forecasts and cones and tracks that were issued as to where the storm was going and how much damage it would inflict was really concerning. I was getting myself all roiled up over it. And I called a practitioner in the church who agreed to pray and who gave me some ideas to work with, including that God's law of protection and power were supreme and in operation as law, that the storm was a mesmerism, mortal mind wickedly being stirred up, and to handle it and take the belief and just strip it apart. Last week when I was preparing the lesson for Wednesday night, God was supplying really wonderful ideas that helped strengthen my prayers. I was led to find the citation in the Bible, "The battle is not yours, but God's. Set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord." And from Mary Baker Eddy, "God is omnipotent and omnipresent, and there is no other power or presence." I'd like to thank the Plainfield Church for having a specific watch on the weather that week, and for several articles posted on the website to deal with handling it, which was really helpful. I also wrote a specific watch each day. And when we do a watch, we've been taught to declare the absolute power of God and to destroy the error. And I got very strong with this. An abbreviated version of my watch was something like this: God governs the weather. He is the cause of all good, all action. The wind and waves are obedient to him. The blind miscalled force, called a hurricane, has no intelligence or reality in it. This is the truth, the law of the universe. It has all power behind it and cannot be reversed. The thought came to me then to trust and to not get fixated on the news, even though the track showed the storm not turning away from the coast, but actually heading closer to the island. Well, what happened was this. The storm surge that was going to be so catastrophic, submerged the island, didn't materialize. In fact, one of the weather forecasters who was camped out at the local hotel, and the hotel was full of them because they fully expected this island to experience terrible effects, he said what he saw he'd not seen before. As the storm surge was pushed onto the beach, the wind from another direction blew the surge of water down the beach, kind of counteracting it, so to speak. So there was minimal flooding. At our home, which is on the backside of the island, the water from the river next to us rose to the threshold of the garage door and no further. No water entered. The wind also did minimal damage to trees and power lines and homes, and nobody was hurt. I'm here actually right now, and it looks for the most part like it did before the storm, and businesses and restaurants have opened. The direction and speed of the wind and the timing of high tide all coincided to work in favor of the island and those who live here. This was not the case on several other islands that sustained more damage. After I talked to my practitioner on Monday, she said she had worked with the thought, God said to the wave, thus far and no farther, and this certainly proved true. A bonus was that while I lost a few days of rental income on this property, I more than regained it at a different rental in another state when a family that was displaced on one of the islands south of us chose to rent this other home for a week. I have such profound awe, humility, and gratitude to God for this clear and beautiful proof of his protection and care. And thank you to all who prayed during the watch the night before. These prayers were answered in the most wonderful way. Thank you for the readings.